lot of people have been able to get by with being really great at what they do, and then considering that drama is just a cost of having them around the table. Eventually though, I will tell you, because I can rent and buy off the internet basically almost any technical function, I would value somebody who's low drama and able to work well on teams over somebody who's an expert that comes at a very high cost. I believe that the new smart, the new value is the low drama. It's the no ego. No ego is the new smart. It's the new emotional intelligence. It is a new competitive advantage because everything we do is through teams and matrix environments on a global platform, with things moving very quickly, with lots of ambiguity, and we just don't have extra resources to go into dramas. And that's why in the book on page 120, I revisited the value equation that I wrote about in my second book, Reality-Based Rules of the Workplace, that your value isn't just your performance, and it's more than that. Your value at work is your performance. Are you delivering on what the organization needs? Not what you like, not what you prefer, not what you think is great, but truly, are you consistently delivering what the organization needs? Secondly, are you staying relevant for the future? Are you growing and evolving in a way that will ensure that you're performing far into the future? Are you ready for what's next? And that's really what we're talking about here. But the third factor is not just that you're delivering and you're ready for what's next. So this great employee, this great colleague is definitely, sounds like he's or she's delivering, sounds like they're ahead of the game on a lot of things. But the last part of the value equation is at what cost? In addition to your salary and benefits, what's the total cost of you? What's your freak out factor? What's your drama quotient? What's the total cost of you? And this is important because if we do the math, let's take performance on a scale of 1 to 5. A 1, you're not performing your own performance plan. A 3, you're consistently delivering what the organization needs, 80% of us. A 5, you are a curve breaker. You are coming in early, staying late, but it's not just about the hours put in, because a lot of us can do a lot in a small amount of time, but you are making a difference at work. So if I were, without knowing this colleague, rating them, I would say this person's a 3, 4, or 5. I mean, they are performing well. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt and call them a 4. They are definitely contributing more than most people around them. Then you look at their readiness for what's next. On a scale of 1 to 5, a 1 is like allergic to training, is not keeping up with the times, and soon that will impact their performance because as we go forward, they won't have evolved with us and they'll become irrelevant. A 3 is somebody who's keeping up with the times. They're tech savvy, they're aware of their industry, of the trends, they're self-educating, they're working hard to evolve as a person, both personally and professionally. They are understanding things like their own unconscious biases. They're working to be a better citizen, global citizen, a better contributor, not just at work, but in the workplace. These are folks that are evolving. Now, a 5 is somebody who truly is inventing the future, just genius mindsets, really carving out where we're all going to go next 20 years from now. So again, about 80% of us, I hope, are about 3s. Even if we give this person the benefit of the doubt and make them a 4, okay, they're leading us far into the future. So far, their math is 4 plus 4, they're in 8. Now, most people, when it comes to employee value, says, let's stop the math there. This guy's amazing. He's an 8. Love it. But we don't know his or her value until we know the total cost of them. What's their drama quotient? Now, this is on a scale of 1 to 5, but the scale's inverted. A 1, low maintenance, low drama. A 3, typical employee who believes that we have a God-given right to have a fit now and then, which, by the way, it's because they don't understand the cost of that to themselves and to others. And a 5 who's just basically kind of a drama mess, unfit for human consumption. Now, drama doesn't have to be loud, it's ego behaviors. bitching, moaning, and whining, tattling, gossiping, second guessing the direction of the business, resisting change, editorializing on where the business needs to go, and basically arguing with reality. This is sick and wrong, and this should not be happening. And they might save the day, but it's through diving catches, and it's through stepping on the feet of others, and however that looks. Now, let's say that this person, so far they're an 8, is even just typical in drama is a 3. The way the formula works is 8 minus 3 might equal 5. But we know there's a multiplier for drama in the value of things, and that multiplier is a 3. That multiplier of a 3 came about because when we studied the effect of emotional waste in the workplace and drama, we found that your drama subtracts 3 to 1 what you contribute to the organization. So even if you're a fabulous contributor, this high drama piece can take away almost everything you give significantly. So for instance, maybe this person's a rock star, but they don't transfer and share knowledge. So pretty soon, they're not a rock star, they're somebody that can emotionally blackmail us and who is the bottleneck for everything because they held on to their own knowledge too tightly. So let's say even if this person's a 3, 3 times 3 becomes 9, they're a -1. From what you described to me, this person's a 4 or a 5. Let's say that they're a 4, that becomes a 12. If they're a 5, okay, that becomes 15. They're a -7. They're not coming out even. Now, in this equation, our goal is 0. It's the no ego number where we give and what we take is very equal. We can go home at the end of the day equal. We don't feel like the company took advantage of us. I don't feel like I gave too much of myself to the company, but I feel like I gave a lot and they paid me exactly what I asked for, and I have energy left over for my family. I've delivered what they needed. I've stayed ready for the future. I've done this in kind of a low drama way. So that's the value equation I just wanted to share with you for thinking. The beauty in this is that this great contributor could improve their value if they understood the work of their ego and they could learn to bypass their own ego. They'd still deliver great value, but do it in a far less dramatic way, which, by the way, would increase their own happiness, their own morale, and really conserve a ton of energy that they're using in drama and put it into even greater results. And so it becomes this huge win-win. So while I'm not saying that I would just immediately fire the person, I would first work to stop enabling the person by when they go, I'm sorry I got so out of hand about that, but ultimately we solved it, so we're good, right? I would say we're not good. Yep, I love that we made the diving catch and we saved it at the end of the day. But I want to talk about how we can make less of this rely on you being the hero and more of this a process by which the team can launch products so that we don't have to have some of these diving catches. Like, how can we move through this less dramatically? Because drama is waste, and waste in the workplace needs to be upcycled and invested in productivity and happiness.